Alright, so I'm going to do a quick tutorial on this network I made. It's a particle system and it has this flower pattern that's kind of traced out almost like it's the bottom of the seafloor in the sand. And it's a pretty simple network. As you can see, there's no custom components or anything. And so anyone can make this on the free version without downloading anything. And so let's get started. First thing that I have in the network is a grid pop. For the size, it's 2.2 in the X parameter, 5 in the Y. I have 112 columns, 15 rows. And then I rotated it 90 degrees. Throw that into a particle. I put 1.5 million particles, also for the birth rate. Life expectancy at 10,000. Jitter, the birth position, 6.612, mass at 50, drag at 3, damping at 0.53, speed at 2. Go ahead and plug that into a geometry, do a light and a camera and a render. For the render, I made it 720 by 1280, so it's vertical. And then small enough resolution where you can use it in the free version. For the camera, I have it rotated so it's looking down on the grid. And then I'll just view that so you can see that's going on down there. Put a force radial right here in between particle and the geometry. Highlight the particle pop and then put the force radial pop into the target feedback loop pop there. Make a sphere, put the sphere into a null, and then put that null into the specification pop of the force radial. So that's going to use this sphere. It's going to take points from that sphere and use it as the origin points of the forces that you're going to apply to the particles. For the sphere, radius X is 1, Y is 0.2, Z is 1, frequency is 2. Put the orientation on the X axis. I don't know if that actually changes anything with this, but for the scale, I will have an LFO. The LFO parameters are going to be 0.2 in the frequency, 1.56 in the offset, 1.28 in the amplitude. And then connect that LFO to the scale of the sphere. And so now as that sphere goes in and out, the points of that sphere are going to move through the particle system and create the force out from those points. If I plug it into a geometry, that's the sphere. On all the points of the sphere, that's actually what it's taking into the force radial. I'm going to put a keyboard in so that I can reset my particle system. Connect it to the start, so you can hit 1 to start your particle system over. Now it's looking more normal there. I need to dial in the forces here. So click on the force radial. You're going to make the radius 1.5, the radial strength 30, and the spiral strength 10. All right, so now you're starting to see the pattern. Go into your the sphere that is acting as the specification pop in the force radial, and change the rotate Y to ABS time dot seconds times 10. And now what you're getting is, as that sphere contracts, it's also rotating, and so these points are intersecting with this grid of particles at different points as they move through it. It's not showing up so great now because I also use shadows, so you can see a little better kind of contrast between the different particles. So first I have it as a cone light. So click on your light, go to the light tab, change that to a cone light, cone angle at 30, delta at 4, roll off at 10. In your transform settings, you're going to have a -8 on the X transform, 16 on the Y, 4 on the Z. So I'm moving the light so that it's hitting it at an angle instead of direct on. But I came up with these parameters just by moving it around until I found the place that I liked the best. And then in shadows, soft 2D mapped, 32.68 for the light size, 0.032 for shadow softness. And then I turned up the filter samples and search steps. Make my field of view angle different in the camera. Set that to 31.4. Fill that up a little more. Let's see, I also have the dimmer of the light, turn that up in the light setting, turn that up to 27. One other thing that helps create some contrast, you're going to make a plane pop, plug that into geometry, put a Phong matte connected to that, and then change the size of the plane to 9.7. And then in the material settings there, change the diffuse to 0.2022. And everything else at 0. Oh yeah, make the plane on the ZX. Alright, so now it's looking more like we want it to look. One other thing I have on here is just a PBR matte for the particle system, and that just adds a little more contrast too. I set the metallic to 0.635, roughness 0.953, and then I might also tweak these some more. Get a little more white in there. But it looks pretty good, and that is the gist of it. It's a pretty simple network, and then you can just move these parameters around and come up with quite a few different things. If you change this frequency, now there's a lot more points on that sphere that are acting as sources of that force from the force radial, and so you get different patterns. You can change the colors. If you go into the particle system, you can oops, make it a different color there, change the light color. And of course change change the forces, and you get a lot of different results. It's kind of shooting it out now. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, that is how it works. It's pretty cool, I think, and you can make a lot of different kinds of stuff using all the elements that you use here. Um, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.